Welcome to the review of the GoTrax Gmax Ultra. I'm going to ride a little bit and get into the woods where there's less wind, and then we're going to talk about this scooter. I'm very happy with it so far though. Ridden it about 200 miles now. This is the VIP treatment when the guy's blowing off the leaves for you. We'll let him get the whole trail done, and then we'll do our thing. So we can start off right here. This is the GoTrax Gmax Ultra. It's GoTrax's longest range model. They have a full line of, I think, about 5 or 6 scooters that are very similar in style and size, but they're all for beginner riders. And so even if you bought this, their #1 scooter, it's definitely for beginners. So it's a good scooter to learn on. The way I would describe this scooter is that it's everything you need and nothing more. It's got headlights that are decent at night. It's got tail light, brake light. It has a rear disc brake, which also engages a rear electronic brake from the engine. So it has plenty of stopping power at 20 miles an hour to stop when you need to. You can definitely lock up the rear wheel if you're not being careful, because it is pretty powerful. Starting up on the handlebars, it has nice grips. I like these type of brakes where the bell is built into the brake. They're actually, in my opinion, the most ergonomic, because you can just flip like this. I have not even adjusted these brakes. As you can see, here's the mileage, 203 miles. In 200 miles, I'm still on the original brake setting here on the cable, and I haven't had to tighten it yet. It is about at that point where I could tighten it up. Similar scooters, I've gotten around 500 miles on the brake pad. That'll be your main maintenance on this scooter, is just watching out for brake pads. These tires seem to be really nice. They're tubeless. I'm running them at about 35 PSI, and I haven't had any issues with even losing air. I've been checking them regularly, and I think they're legit tires. The tread on them is obviously more meant for road, 20 mile per hour top speed, and we're going to show you a little hill climb test as well. The coolest thing about this scooter that I don't think most scooters have, I don't know any other scooter that has this, is this built-in lock right here. You can pull this out, wrap it around something, put it in here, it locks in. You can run in the store for a minute. I wouldn't trust this obviously for too long, but it's decent enough that nobody's just going to grab your scooter. They're going to need a tool to steal it. This is actually a really nice feature for quick little trips into, say, a gas station or something like that, if you didn't want to bring your scooter inside. Obviously, I always recommend bringing the scooter inside. That's the safest way to make sure nobody steals it. But in the event that you want to leave it outside, you could. It's a good scooter. I'll give it that. But it's not a perfect scooter. I'm going to show you guys why. My main complaint about it is the kickstart. If you guys don't know, on electric scooters, a lot of them come with a kickstart. So where if you pull the accelerator, nothing's going to happen because the kickstart is activated and you need to kick off before you can pull the accelerator. I have a couple other beginner scooters that are just like that. They have kickstart on, but they have the ability where you can push the trigger and then kickstart and it will engage. The GoTrax does not have that, so you have to wait until after you kick, then engage it. And my only issue with it is it seems like there is maybe a second delay between when you kick off and when you can engage this. You almost have to wait a second, like that, to engage the throttle. Whereas if I just pull it right when I kick off, you're not going anywhere, right? I think essentially you have to wait for the screen to read at least 3 miles an hour to be able to engage the throttle. On a lot of scooters, you can turn this off once you get good at riding, and it's more of a safety feature for beginners. This scooter, you can't turn it off. There's not an app that goes with it, so you can't really change that type of setting. And so that really is my only real complaint about this scooter. The kick to start is not quite sensitive enough. And I've consistently took 2 tries to get the scooter started. The handlebars have these buttons here, which I like them. Sometimes they make buttons like this and they're a little bit too small to hit with your gloves, but these are big enough that you can easily hit them. When you turn this scooter on, it's usually in L1, which is gear 1, which tops out at 15.5. You have to turn it up to gear 2, which is going to take you to 20 miles an hour, and it is pretty quick. The screen itself, we're in broad daylight right now and you can still see it pretty well. When you park, it just shows the odometer, which is kind of cool. So this is a very basic scooter as far as settings and the screen, but that's all you really need when you're a beginner, is the mileage, and then while you're moving it, obviously the miles per hour. Let's talk about these fenders really quick. Really sturdy, big fenders. They do protect you completely from the water. When you fold it down, obviously this is the hook to connect the handlebars so you can carry it. So you pull up this knob, it folds Connect this carabiner right here, right there, and then you can carry it. Folds back up pretty easily. Let's go ride it again. There you can see it took 2-3 tries to get the accelerator moving. We're in gear 1. Yep, 15.5. Kick it up to gear 2. Gets up to 20 easily. It can hold 20 pretty well. Up slight inclines like this, no issue. The cruise control kicks in when the screen flash there, so you can take your thumb off. I do like the cruise control on this one. It seems to work pretty well. Some other scooters you have to really try and like hold the accelerator down and keep the same speed for a while. There you can hear the brake locking up the back wheel. Plenty of braking. Here's a good test. Coming up on your left. On the left. Thank you. The cruise is nice though. The corner's really nice. It's pretty smooth. 10-inch tubeless tires are plenty. I think this scooter is a good choice for people looking to get into e-scooting that want a brand with a good track record. GoTrax has been around as long as anybody. They're OG scooter company. They've been designing this type of scooter for a long time just to make it perfect. And it pretty much is. Besides that one complaint I have, I think the scooter is pretty awesome. Luckily we got it first try through the crosswalk. I can get it first try now most of the time, just if I'm thinking about it, that I should take an extra half second to pull the throttle. That's what you have to do. I think this scooter is a good deal if you can catch it on a Black Friday deal or something and get a good price on it. I think at its full retail price, there might be better options like a VSET 8, but if you caught this on sale and got a good price, I think it's definitely worth it, and it's definitely a quality scooter. Obviously the scooter market is overwhelmed now with tons of different scooters, and a lot of them are quality, so it's going to come down to your personal preference on what do you want your first scooter to be like. And as far as a no frills, solidly built beginner scooter, this is where it's at. It'll get you from point A to point B, it'll get you smiling, and that's really all that matters, right? So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer as many as I can. Thanks. Good gang out.